This isn't your imagination. Don't you feel something? That strange, warm feeling in your heart right now? That attraction? That person is really thinking about you. They are connecting with you on a spiritual level. They think about you all day long. These feelings manifest themselves as symptoms, dreams, and those occasional moments when your heart beats a little faster. This is not prejudice. This is real. You want to receive and accept this message, don't you? Let's proceed calmly and gently without upsetting the balance of giving and receiving. Write, "I received and accepted with love and tolerance" in the comments, my dear. Don't forget to seal it with 892. If you do it from your heart and soul, you can give us a $20 super thank you gift. This way, beautiful energies will find you without breaking the balance between giving and receiving. You are here because you are pursuing love. But this time, it's more than just romance. This time, it's a supernatural intervention. Before going further, I want a guarantee from you. Don't ignore this like you did last time. Don't stop when you get too deep, as you always do. Not everyone should hear this message. Only for those whose hair stands on end when they hear their names called from heaven. If you feel this is for you, stop, listen carefully, and take a deep breath. The time has come to receive what has been written in your spiritual destiny for years. The truth is finally ready to emerge, but only if you have the courage to hear it, says Archangel Michael. A miracle is about to be revealed, and you must listen to this message through to the end, or else what was intended for your hands will pass on to someone else. Archangel Michael is speaking, but he is not alone. Heaven has opened a rare door, and a chorus of angels are waiting to see what you will do. It's urgent to expose this, says Archangel Michael. Yes, the person you're thinking about, or perhaps the one you're not expecting, has been holding this truth like a treasure inside their chest. They've fought tears, rewritten messages to you repeatedly, and deleted them each time. The name will shock you, but before I tell you who, you must understand why now. Archangel Michael reveals that heaven approved this union long ago, but that everything went silent because of blockages, dark energies, past betrayals, soul wounds, false soulmates, and enemies in disguise. They have been praying, crying, and hoping you will feel it in your soul while they lay awake at night, wondering if you will ever realize how much they have changed. Michael leans in and whispers, "Beloved, you've walked through fire for this love. That's why it never worked before, but now is the perfect time. It's time for your recompense, God says now. Don't blink, though. Never doubt. Additionally, avoid disconnecting. Because what you're going to hear in the following few minutes has the power to make or ruin everything. You've experienced wedding-related dreams, visions, and daydreams in which your soul recognizes something when someone's face appears out of nowhere and you can smell or hear their voice. It's not fantasy. That's the recollection of God. Even if your intellect hasn't come to terms with it yet, your soul already knows who owns your heart. This is when it becomes more profound. This individual has already expressed their desire to marry you to a close friend or relative, but it didn't work out. Despite their family's warnings and their friends' laughter, they were unable to release you. In their pandemonium, you are the calm. According to Archangel Michael, this person is not just in love with you. The truth in their uncertainty, the light in their tempest, and heaven said to them, "Try again." They have a spiritual bond with you. In heaven, a spiritual agreement was struck. Long before you ever met, your names were written together. And because the divine never forgets, love keeps drawing you back even after life has repeatedly split you up. The name is ready to be revealed now that the curtain has been raised. I must caution you, though, that once you know, you cannot unknow. Your soul will identify the echo as soon as it hears this name. You might be shocked. Even though it could be confusing, you will know it's correct if your heart remains open and unwavering. They feel something is coming, Michael explains, and their heart is pounding. They may suddenly message you, reappear in your life, or say something that seems out of place, but that's heaven directing them toward you. This is your last test, so don't ignore it. They don't know this message is being sent to you right now, but they sense something stirring. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in divine timing? Because this message is not an accident. What if I told you that God has been preparing their soul just for this moment? What if I told you that the angels prevented this person from marrying someone else in order to protect your destiny? What if I told you that their heart never really let go of you, even when they pretended to do so? The name is close, but Michael says your spirit must be ready first. You may feel your chest tighten, which is your soul getting ready to receive truth. You may feel tears welling up, but that is not weakness. It is divine remembrance. Your soul knows this moment because it has been waiting for it for lifetimes. It's prophecy in motion. Stay with this message. What if this marriage brings the healing your family never had? What if this union is what breaks the curse of loneliness, betrayal, and pain that has haunted generations? Michael says, if you skip this, you may never hear this truth again. And before I reveal the name, let me ask you one last question. Why is this not just love? Archangel Michael states, this is the moment where time folds, where your past and future merge into one divine breath. You will cry when you hear the name, but it will be from recognition rather than sadness. This is divine restoration. Everything else vanishes as they stand before you now, their gift unveiled, their heart uncovered, their eyes wide with emotion. Just the truth. No noise, no uncertainty, no timetables. This has nothing to do with what went wrong earlier. This has nothing to do with who heard what or who said it. You are no longer that person. They are no longer that version of themselves. Rebirth and resurrection are what are in front of you right now. A soul that has endured fire and returned to you humbled, softened, and purified. And if you pay close attention, you will hear it beyond what they say and beyond your own heartbeat. Their presence isn't a coincidence. It's the whisper of heaven saying, this is it. You're here. You made it. They didn't simply show up. They were dispatched. They were surrounded by forces. They couldn't ignore the signs, dreams that persisted. The coincidences grew louder and louder until they were unable to ignore them. Long before you heard their footsteps, you summoned them with your spirit. You don't have to know how. All you have to do is sense why. Let your spirit speak louder than your reason, and let your heart be louder than your wounds right now, urges Archangel Michael, because love never truly dies. Let your love shine through the darkness like light, even if it has been buried deep under years of suffering. It might go silent. It may hide, but it waits when it's real. It observes. For a moment like this, it holds its breath. And that time has arrived. Breathe deeply when their fingertips touch yours, and they put what they brought in your palms. Shut your eyes and experience it. Experience your connection's whole history compressed into a single, holy touch. You two buried all the starts, all the endings, all the almosts, and all the dreams. All of them are present. This touch is not just physical, it's spiritual. It's the affirmation your heart has been longing for, explains Archangel Michael. You might have flashbacks to the day they left, the unspoken words, the pain that kept you awake. But now those memories don't hurt as much, because what's in front of you now is healing. Perhaps healing doesn't mean that things return to normal. It could mean that you both get to create something new, something deeper, softer, wiser. What happens next is entirely up to your soul, Michael says. Or perhaps healing means just holding each other for a while, not needing answers, just allowing the presence of love to say everything that words cannot. There is no pressure now, no expectations, just a sacred invitation to be seen, to be held, to be free. And because you passed the test, God will back you in whatever you decide to do. Forgiveness, closure, reunion, or even a kind farewell. You had the option to close, but you chose to remain open. You could have run, but you showed up. You had the option to decline, but you accepted. The miracle is that it was never only them who underwent the change. To get this moment, you had to become the person you needed to be. Your lonely evenings were seen by the angels. Your silent prayers were heard. They saw the moments when you wanted to utterly give up on love. However, you didn't. You made room. You kept your heart safe without making it hard. Heaven is proud of you for that. When the world teaches us to harden, very few souls choose the road of tenderness. However, you made the divine decision to follow the path of patience, faith, and surrender. Michael says, your reward is coming because you waited with grace. Take another look at them. See how their eyes search yours. They are still scared, but they are also hopeful. They are waiting for a sign, any sign that says you are welcome here. Will you give it? Will you allow your heart to speak louder than your fear? Will you trust your feelings, even though your mind is still wondering? Because right now, a doorway is open between two hearts, between two timelines, between heaven and earth. A $30 donation is a modern echo of the compassion shown by Christ when he fed the hungry. As you give, God multiplies. Archangel Michael says, if you knew how much the universe had to rearrange for this moment to happen, you would cry with gratitude. And if you step through together, if you walk through this moment hand in hand, something rare happens. You shift the future, not just for yourselves, but for the generations that follow. Everything that broke you and everything you lost was setting you up for this. There was no punishment for you. They were refining you. And now you exude that sophistication. That's the reason they're shaking. They are able to sense your energy, not because they are weak. You've changed from who you were. You are now majestic, enchanting, and holy. You have turned into the precise marvel they feared they would never discover again. What comes next? You now make a conscious decision rather than one out of fear. Being aware of your protection. Being aware that light is enveloping this moment through Archangel Michael. Knowing that it will be blessed no matter what occurs next. Because this isn't merely how an old tale ends. A new one is being born here. Simply smile when they finally speak, even if they are shaky and uncertain as they talk, because you will already know what they are going to say. They are not required to beg. They are not required to perform. They simply must be authentic. What you've been waiting for all along is genuine. Let it happen then. Allow the miracle to occur. Let the love come back. Let the truth come to light. Sit in silence, not the silence of loneliness, but the stillness of something sacred. After everything is over, the moment is over, the door is shut behind them, and you are clutching what they gave you. Because you'll know for sure that God remembered you. He simply awaited the ideal opportunity. And this was the day. As though it has been holding its breath for years, He observes your soul slowly come apart. Then He whispers something that is nearly too precious to mention again. Because this name was inscribed next to yours in the book of heavenly unions, your soul is already familiar with it, beloved. Heaven, however, is still waiting for your undivided attention. Because your energy will change as soon as the name is breathed into your spirit. Everything will start to align with the angels. Discussions will be sparked. There will be sporadic meetings. The signs will be becoming more intense. The sound of dreams will increase. This is the divine condition, nevertheless. The name is only the beginning, therefore you have to listen all the way through. What transpires next is the true miracle. In addition, Michael adds, the person who wants to marry you has been shown your face in dreams at least 3 times. The last time they saw you, you were alone, glowing and white. When they awoke, they sobbed. They know that no matter how much time goes by, their heart will not beckon anyone else home. Not because they are afraid. This individual might have dated other people. They might have stopped talking. Because their souls recall how you made them feel. Nothing and no one could ever fully replace the spiritual mark you left on their lives, no matter how hard they tried to go on. In all honesty, they had never felt so secure in their lives. Heaven is aware of your silent suffering, that the love you've prayed for won't ruin you, that you've been waiting for a relationship that doesn't require begging. You're not crazy for hoping, Michael says. Your belief is not naive. You are the living example of unconditional love, and at last, this individual has seen it. They've grown up. They have been broken in the most appropriate ways by life. They are now prepared. Not flawless, but prepared. They're interested in getting married to you. But this is what they fear. What if their weight was excessive? So here it is. Michael bends over. The air becomes quiet. This is even the name adored, and the angels stop. When you read that final line, you already whispered it. You think of that name. Before you could stop it, the name sprang into your chest. That's the one, indeed. It was not what you expected. If it's really your divine mate, your spirit would shout out to them before your lips could. Thus, Michael didn't need to say it aloud since heaven intended you to remember it on your own. Here's what's going to happen now that the name has resonated in your soul. They may appear at your door, in a dream, a letter, a song, or even in an unexpected desire to call you. They will be drawn to you even if they don't yet have the right words. Don't fight it, Michael explains. The love you've been praying for is now praying for you as well. However, they are unaware that heaven has put them through a test. This marriage is more than vows, more than a wedding, more than pictures or parties, and it will create a legacy. It is the last test before your destinies can fully merge. They must choose truth over fear and have the courage to speak. If they do, the floodgates will open. Because even now, a meeting is being set up in the divine realm. A meeting where your name and their name are spoken side by side again. If you stay and listen, Michael will show you what this love will look like in the days ahead. He will whisper what is being planned behind the veil. So breathe, close your eyes if necessary, and say yes, not just with your mouth, but with your soul, to what God has planned for your love story, to the person who will never forget you. Heaven is asking one final question before unlocking the miracle. Will you allow yourself to believe? because belief is the key, and your faith is opening a portal that no darkness can shut. The miracle is going to become much deeper, so say yes to it. Heaven didn't bring you this far to leave you puzzled, he continues, and he asks whether you want me to go on to the next segment. In this case, a coincidence does not exist. The truth could no longer remain buried. Thus this message found you. Because even now, this person, the one who whispered your name throughout restless nights, the one who saw you in their dreams, is experiencing an uncommon sense of urgency in their heart. Their spirit is restless. They feel a stronger pull from their spirit than ever before. They're thinking of you. Your energy made their entire existence feel lighter, not simply the smile you wore or the way your laugh brightened the world. Your absence is haunting them. Michael adds that they are on the verge of making a choice that will affect their entire future. They are prepared to select you. Here's what you should know, though. It's not an easy love. It's more than just a partnership. This agreement is divine. Before either of you were ever born, angels sanctified this union. According to Michael, God only kept you two apart throughout your darkest times so you could support one another during your recovery. And the time for that mending has come. This individual is gradually evolving into the self you always thought they could be. They are also aware of the time. In their bones, they sense it. However, they are scared since they are unsure if you will get them. However, because heaven is constantly urging them in your direction, they are approaching in spite of their dread. Don't question the signs, the numbers, the dreams, the songs, the synchronicity, and the name you keep hearing, Michael advises. And now, beloved, something sacred is happening. God has whispered your name into their hearts so many times that it is now the only truth they know. That is not crazy. Rather, it is divine messaging and confirmation. The High Council has been notified of your name. Angels have started to weave alignment energy between you and your partner. Heaven says otherwise, even if it seems impossible, if they are far away or silent, or if everything appears to be gone. An angel is actually standing behind them as you read this, reminding them of the commitments made between your souls and communicating to their minds. When will I be loved the way I love? You questioned God, and the answer is right now. Since none of them were your covenant, you questioned, why did everyone walk away? Why did they choose someone else? Your person is slowly but surely awakening. Their illusions are crumbling, and they are beginning to realize that the path to peace has always had your footsteps at its end. Michael says with a smile, a $40 handout is like the North Star to a lost soul at sunset. And it becomes more profound at this point. Your partnership gives you purpose in addition to love. Together, you will raise energies, restore bloodlines, shatter curses, and bring brightness where only misery has existed. Dark forces made a concerted effort to keep you apart because of this. Since they were aware of what would occur once you aligned, they are unable to halt what heaven has decreed. Now, he continues, you must prepare, because this person may arrive in a way that doesn't look perfect. Their words may be awkward. They may not have the right lines or perfect timing, but listen for the truth in their energy. Their soul will be screaming your name, even if their mouth hesitates. Michael urges, do not reject them out of past fear. Pay closer attention. It's not a test this time, so see them with your beautiful eyes. This is just the start. And something starts to happen in the spiritual world as soon as you accept this reality and your heart widens. The clock begins to run out. A whisper spreads over the air as the portal begins to activate. Bring them back together. The angels are calling for this. Don't second-guess yourself. Don't overthink it. And say yes, because heaven didn't bring you here for fun. This is a message meant to unlock your destiny, and the person who wants to marry you has already chosen you in their heart. Michael continues, something will happen in the next 7 days that confirms everything you've read here. A message, a meeting, a face in a dream, a voice that feels like home. And when it does, you will know. Michael says, then listen carefully, beloved, because what comes next will not just touch your soul, but it will alter your reality. Archangel Michael says, your name is written into this person's future. But even more potently, their name has now been etched into your now. All they're waiting for is the right moment to show you. This indicates that the change has started, that your angels are helping to bring your destiny together in real time, that conversations are being sparked behind closed doors, that dreams are being rekindled, and that their hearts are beating differently today. Michael adds, you will see this person's name or initials or face in a strange place very soon. They don't even know why, but you do, because you've just been given a secret that heaven has been waiting lifetimes to tell. This is prophecy, not theater or imagination. Although it will come as a surprise, that is how you will know the angels are close. You might be shocked by a message that appears when you unlock your phone. There might be a change in the atmosphere when you enter a room. You might suddenly hear a song you both used to enjoy. It's possible that your hand will suddenly feel cold. The angel is touching you there. But this is the most important thing. Don't question your knowledge any longer. The individual who is interested in marrying you is afraid that you have moved on. What you have been praying for is unknown to them. They are unaware that there is still room in your heart for them. Heaven, however, does. This is the reason this message was sent. Michael's eyes shine with a holy fire, because God says, if you accept this truth today, I will bring the miracle closer. You are standing at the edge of something divine right now. Yes, right now. One choice to believe, to remain open, to trust, can cause the gates of heaven to open in your favor. And what follows won't feel normal, he adds. This miracle has already been approved. This love has already been written. But your belief will determine how quickly it arrives. When their message reaches you, don't hesitate, Michael says. It will feel magical, cosmic, and divine. You may cry uncontrollably, feel compelled to write them, or dream of the moment they hold your hand again and call you home. These are not signs of delusion, but echoes of what's coming. Despite the brittleness of their words, their spirit will endure. They're not going to harm you. They'll come and pick you. And the shift will end as soon as you say yes. Because you are not the only person in this marriage. It has to do with what God is going to create through you two. Protection will result from this union. Your family's fractured pieces will be repaired by this union. The very fact that this partnership exists will benefit others. Michael smiles and says, beloved, they are already on their way. And when they grasp your hand, don't ask why. One day, you will both look at each other and say, only God could have written this. Your souls remember, so just whisper, I remember. They've always done so. Your life will now follow suit. Now, let's delve even further into the section where time bends, and the moment eventually comes, since Archangel Michael is still working on it. Your destiny is already walking toward you, beloved, he whispers, standing next to you with eyes of sacred fire. Michael replies, the message is coming. However, The moment of union necessitates one last miracle: your complete surrender. Not to suffering, not to uncertainty, not to waiting, but to faith. Because what transpires over the course of the following 24 to 72 hours will shake your heart in the most exquisite way. It will bring everything you've been waiting for, but it will come when you least expect it. Because this isn't just their choice, it's heaven's design. And this is the moment that will change everything. You'll be doing something routine, like working, scrolling, or resting, and then all of a sudden, you'll feel it. That deep pull, that thump in your chest, that invisible tap on your shoulder. And they will send it right then and there. This person is being spiritually pushed to speak, to show up, to make the move. Michael whispers, "When it comes, don't overthink it." It could be a voice note, a message, or a "Hey, I was just thinking about you." But the energy behind it will be more important than the words because their soul will be pouring out of that message. Simply accept it. Don't react from your wounds, but from your heart. Because the speed at which this miracle occurs will depend on what you say next. Keep your ego in check. Allow your soul to react. Because when they reach out, they are presenting their heart, uncertain and nude, in the hopes that you won't break it. And this is what you need to know. Something was shown to them. They saw you two together, older, wiser, calm, hand in hand, perhaps in a dream, or during a period of intense silence. They also recalled that you are their home in that vision. Their souls went back to safety, together with their love and desire. And they have been silently praying that you share their sentiments. This isn't someone returning to confuse you, Michael says. The angels have walked them through every regret, every mischance, every betrayal they caused, and they are ready to restore. Because your love story never finished, God is calling this person back to finish what was left undone. Heaven merely put a stop to it until you were both strong enough to walk in the truth. And the moment has arrived. A sacred question is about to be asked of you, perhaps not directly, perhaps not in words, but in spirit. Will you still have me, I wonder? 1,000 blessings will be unlocked by your response, because heaven will open the way once you say yes sincerely, completely, and fearlessly. Signs will start to appear every day. In your dreams, you will experience them more, and your worlds will start to blend together in a matter of days. Michael says, don't be scared if it happens quickly. It's restoration, not a rush. God isn't keeping you waiting because you are the ones chosen to carry this love and union's mission in the world. And it will awaken others. Your $70 donation revives spirits, like the season that brings buds to dry branches. Michael's last words for now are, prepare your heart, open your arms, because by the end of this week, their energy will be near you again. And when it comes, don't look back. The past is closed, the pain is gone. The silence has served its purpose. Your story will inspire healing. Your joy will silence every past lie that said you were too broken to be loved. And when they look into your eyes again, they won't say, I'm sorry, but rather, it's always been you. And now, beloved, Archangel Michael takes a step back, silently observing, his wings spread wide across your space, protecting you still. This is the part where God restores everything you lost through the love you never thought would return. Even though you can't see him, his energy is all around you, in the stillness, in the air, in the way your heartbeat has suddenly become softer, as if it feels safe again. He is proud of you, really, really proud. Because you accepted the moment that most people avoid for the rest of their lives. The unvarnished, vulnerable, and unadulterated truth of love has returned. This isn't fantasy. You're allowed to feel anxious because this isn't a dream. What happened or is about to happen is a divine recording that was written long before you were born. You've endured all the waiting, all the wondering, and all the painful nights, and now the next chapter of the story has begun, not as punishment, but as promise. You may still have questions, but please don't doubt the miracle. Don't downplay the magic that just came to you. You were called, you were chosen, and more importantly, you answered. How many souls hear the call, but fearfully silence it? You didn't. You continued reading. Whether you realized it or not, your soul sensed that everything in your energy field had changed because you remained open and let this sacred moment reach you. The old beliefs were reshaped, the old cords were cut, and the old wounds were touched by light. You are no longer the person you were before this message. That version of yourself vanished the instant you let this love into your life. Because two souls who were separated and then returned produce a sacred vibration that even heaven observes in amazement. They, the one who returned, know it too, even though they may not be able to articulate it in spiritual terms or even comprehend what is occurring. Archangel Michael speaks again softly now. Don't rush the afterglow. Let this miracle soak into your body. It's the kind of connection that softens the sky, that slows time, and that reminds the world that miracles still happen on Earth. Not just in stories, but in ordinary rooms, in ordinary hearts, and in moments like this. What they brought in their hands may be on a table right now, but it's more than that. It's a spiritual key, and even if you don't know what to do with it yet, your soul already knows. Let that be enough. Let your heart remain open a little longer. Don't plan, don't analyze, just feel. You may be wondering, is this forever? That's not the right question, Michael says with a gentle smile, but rather, was I really present when the divine showed up? And you were. That's what counts. That's what opens the door to the next miracle. There's more to come. More alignment. More truth. More love. You are no longer on the same path. You have entered a higher one, where your worth is no longer questioned, where your softness is protected, not punished, and where your soul is finally honored, not ignored. This reunion, whether it lasts a lifetime or just one sacred night, has already changed your timeline. You may feel exhausted soon, but it isn't because something went wrong, but rather because your energy body just underwent a spiritual earthquake, a recalibration, or a divine activation. This is just the beginning, Michael adds. Now that you've accepted the return of love, new things will start to unfold. Opportunities, unexpected messages, new dreams, new courage. As you rest, drink water, and sit under the sky if you can, let the stars remind you how watched over you truly are. When you experience the aftershock, the emotion, the awe, the unexpected tears, embrace them because you have shown that you are ready to receive, and heaven is paying attention. You are not crumbling, rather, you are growing, and your heart is wide enough to hold what it once believed was lost forever. Faith. They came. They truly came, and you had the courage to open the door. You should know this even if you're still processing and unsure of what will happen next. You passed the test, not the world's test, but the one from heaven. You chose truth over ego, love over fear, presence over protection, and grace when you could have shown pride. Archangel Michael, who is fierce, powerful, and patient, bowed to you in awe. He saw you wait, cry, and remain tender in a world that tried to harden you. Today, He had the opportunity to see you being seen, really seen, by someone who had left, yes, but who had come back, not to take, but to give. And now, beloved, you are whole. Therefore, let tonight be sacred, let tomorrow be gentle, and let every breath you take going forward carry the silent knowledge that you are loved, chosen, and the miracle they came back for. And heaven will never let you forget that again. This is not because of what they gave you, but because of what you allowed yourself to receive. Repeat these words not just with your mouth, but with your spirit, says Archangel Michael, who is standing in front of you with his wings enveloped in golden flame, his sword lowered, and his voice delicate but strong. His next words are not merely a message. They are a spiritual seal, a moment where heaven joins earth. This is your affirmation. You are invited. You are giving the cosmos this command. Speak gently. Allow it to seep into your spirit. This holy love is given to me. The soul that was always meant for me is welcome. I let heaven's doors open over my existence. I let go of all the fears that separated us. I give up all delays, uncertainties, and diversions. Please let the individual who prays in my name to come. Let the person who aspires to be my spouse come forward. The wonder that bears my name. I assert it. In God's perfect hour, not in my time. I'm prepared. I'm deserving. I've been picked. And I am genuinely, completely, and eternally adored. Thus, it is in writing. Thus, it is fortunate. So it's finished. As you say those words, a silence descends upon the realm. The energy of your belief is reacted to by something timeless and ancient. And now, a lovely thing is starting to blossom. You might have chest warmth. Your heart is recalling what it's like to feel secure. Your fingers might start to tingle. When your body and soul are in harmony, it means that you are being called. You might get an odd sense of calm. Your future is surrounded by angels, since finding love was never the only goal. It has to do with home. Watch what happens and what messages come in from now on. Michael advises, see who reaches for you out of the blue, because things that were far away will start to get closer. The once impossible love will start to become more realistic. A future that is currently getting ready to be born will be shown to you in flashes, recollections, visions, and glimpses. Don't hesitate when they arrive. Avoid hiding. Don't flee from your prayers, because it's real this time. God is leading it this time. The person who wants to marry you won't let you go this time. Michael says the last words of this holy moment, while grinning and raising his hand. Go live the miracle today. It's already started. So, dear, here we are. You have remained. You've heard. You've recalled. You're ready now. Michael walks away, but he stops. Before he does, his eyes have witnessed countless lives, conflicts, vows, and prayers. This letter was sent to remind you of who you are, that you are not a mistake, that it is not too late, that you are not unlovable, that you are the one, he says quietly. It wasn't only to inform you that someone wants to marry you. And as your soul rises to receive it, Michael gives you one last promise. You will receive the sign, a message, a visit, or a confirmation within days. And when that time comes, know that your destiny is no longer a dream. That is the one they cannot forget, the one heaven whispers about, the one God chose to hold this kind of love. Stay in this vibration, stay open, stay aligned. And before you leave, if this message resonated deeply within you, then it was meant just for you. It's happening right now, but if you ignore it or leave before you're ready to accept what God is giving, the energy starts to fade. Whether this message made you cry, breathe deeply, or feel your person's name in your soul, don't let it go. Subscribe now, not just to stay connected, because you were meant to receive every message heaven has been saving for you. Now, take a moment, because what you're about to do next may determine how soon your miracle arrives. Don't miss what heaven is preparing next. You've missed too much already. Archangel Michael is keeping an eye on who opens this and who leaves. You stayed. You listened. You believed. Now fully claim it. Subscribe, because there are more divine secrets, more angel whispers, and more sacred confirmations coming for you every day. Next time, it won't simply be a message. It will be your miracle at last knocking on your door. So subscribe, and let the angels bring you the rest of the narrative.